Hey everybody, this is Mike Venus. I'm back. I want to go in on the subject of a topic of a response to a video that I want to say is Marlo Diggs channel. He's a producer on YouTube. Um, and it was kind of it was I say the video was kind of like a him, ranting his frustrations about people, you know, not really understanding his artistry as a producer, and also the fact that they were asking for free beats. And I left a comment saying that, I myself am a producer. Don't let the channel, the numbers of subscribers and views fool you. I've been producing at least a year, and I've been making music off and on since I was like 21, 22. I'm 36. So, I just started actually publishing my music last year. So, in sound designing. But I understand. First and foremost, should you as a producer give your beats away for free? That is really up to the producer. It's situational. Like, for an example, I'm a producer that creates my composition. Like, my strength is composition and also sound design. So I'm the type of producer, say, for an example, Marlo's Diggs make boom bap, which is like what you would call classic hip hop or 90s inspired hip hop, where in that era most producers were purchasing hardware samplers like the MPC and the Roland, was it, I think Roland, I can't think of the number, because I was young in the 90s. I was like in elementary school, when all this was happening. But the concept back then was, okay, this is a sampler. I'm going to pull samples into the machine because the machines, the MPCs back then, didn't have what we have now with the MPC Live or all the MPCs today and the Force, where you have built-in synthesizers where you can literally build everything from scratch. It was just a straight sampler. So most of those producers, and in that style of boom bap in that era, and even up to this day, most producers sample from published works. And it led to a lot of producers made, classic tracks, but the problem was because they sample, or the owner of the original copyright demand a certain amount of money, you know, it got kind of pricey to sample, and eventually that's kind of what led to a decline in that era of hip hop, where we started to go more towards people using synthesizers, and then the laptop era, and we back where we are today. So I can understand why he feels about the way he feels watching his videos. He have stated that he's not a musician, so he doesn't know how to play the keys or anything like that, which would have been a very strong thing that he could do. Even if he don't know how to play the keys, he can use the chords and the effects on here to emulate those particular genres he liked to sample from, and then create his own samples. That's what I do. If I want to create a style of music, like the last song I just made, I'm gonna put up my lo-fi beat. I created all that. I made the drums using the Force. I sound designed all that in the Force, and I brought it into the Live to perform it. And the chords, I use the chord progressions that they have on here, so they provide chords. And then I created, a loop, and then I chopped it up. Then, you put the chords on the pads, and then you set it to cycle and stuff like that. Basic stuff. Now, in essence, Would I give that beat for free? I could, knowing that because I composed every facet of that and I sound designed it. I know that if I was to spark an agreement with a rapper, or he used the term MC, um, I will collect all the 50% of the royalties and publishing rights to the composition dealing with music because I wrote it, the whole thing. Now, the problem with the production that was made back in that day in the 90s with the boom bap, because they were sampling and pulling music or their sources from other published works, it led to them not really obtaining that full 50% if they were to go half on a track with a rapper. And he made mention of that as well. Now I do understand he said that if anybody wants to utilize his beats, he have certain um, guidelines and stuff, and that's respectful because that's his art. I can respect that. But I also understand why he will want to get paid up front, knowing that probably more likely he won't receive anything on the back end if his whole production is pulled from samples from previous works, because he will have to clear those samples and all that, and that can become pricey. You know what I'm saying? In that case, I can understand why he don't want to give it away for free. He wants to get paid because chances are, say if he does say, okay, I like your rapping, you want to rap on my instrumental, cool. We will make a split. You know what I'm saying? He will prefer to get the advance money, knowing more likely he won't receive anything on the back end, depending, or it will be minimized due to the amount of samples that he pulled from copyright works and him clearing them. So I can understand that. I totally agree with him when it comes to rappers, artists having a little bit more respect for producers and also for sound designers and engineers, because even though they're not always projected into the forefront, they are vital to you sounding good. And unless you want to do some acapellas, you got to put some respect on these producers. I respect all producers, even the ones that do the stuff on the laptop, and the ones that even make basic stuff sound real easy, but you know it takes time for that, to even make simple sound good. I can respect that. Anybody that's producing and, they have some level of production skills or engineering or even sound design. But the point is, it depends on what we're talking about. If we're talking about trying to make a living, earning off of these, off your music, I would strongly suggest to up and coming producers, put your time in, study your craft, learn composition. If you like a particular style of music, a genre of music, that's cool, but don't be afraid to learn the other stuff. It might inspire you to come up with something different, or it might expand your vocabulary as a producer. You might get introduced to different sounds, different patterns, different chord progressions, different scales, different melodies, phrasing. It's deep. You understand? And I make all types of music. For right now, I think I got 64 albums out, about 500 songs out. And I did that from January of last year up to this point. That has been published. I got at least 100 more on here. And, outside of the stuff I done put up on YouTube that I haven't released yet as on an album yet, but it's in process. Um, I'll say, stretch yourself, get out your comfort zone, you know. But I would strongly suggest if you like a particular style, like I like jazz hop, chill hop, um, that type where they pull samples from even boom bap. I like that where they pull stuff from jazz compositions and stuff. Search on YouTube, look on Pinterest, Safari, or whatever your internet search form for studying, and just start studying chord progressions. Expose yourself to different sounds. I got books. That's how I learned. I'm self-taught. My main instrument is the guitar, and even though my guitar is down right now, I need to get just one piece fixed on it. I keep putting that shit off. But yeah, I play guitar, and that's where I learned about jazz and country and rock and hip hop and all types of genres of music. Contemporary music, pop music, funk, R&B, everything. Even the shit you think a person like me don't look like I listen to, I listen to it. Outside Screamo, I can't get down with that. That's just too, like, you need a hug, bro. You really need a hug. That shit is disturbing. I pray for you. I really do. But getting serious, okay. Yeah, expand your vocab, you know. Um, yeah, that would be my advice. I mean, I don't know how old this guy is. I say if he using the term MC, he probably around close to his 50s, maybe. Cause I was little. I was like in elementary school, like about my son's age, about 5 in 1990. So, and my mom didn't let me hear no hip hop until I didn't listen to no hip hop till I was like in fucking, was that middle school going into high school, and that was like going into the 2000s. So you already know what time it is. But back to the point. Now, me, this is what I believe. I got them projects out there on YouTube or on all streaming services, even the ones you can purchase from. When you publish your music, right, on these streaming sites, right, we already know like it take like astronomical numbers of streams for you to even see any like relevant money. So in essence, it does feel like you giving your work for free. But I know in the long run, it will pay off. You know what I'm saying? Even though like last year I didn't do no YouTube videos. I didn't do hardly no promo, and I still made more than if I never put it out. Because if I never put any music out, I got zero. But because I put it out, I earned some money from streaming, from the different streaming services. But it wasn't nothing to brag about. But that's cool. You know what I'm saying? And really, this is where I'm getting down to. The music is not for us to hold on to. The music is meant to be shared with people. I make music not for myself. I might like and love certain styles of music, but this is why I make all types of music. Because it's not for me, it's for you, the people. So, in essence, I feel like if you really put your work in and you really serious about production, it really don't matter. You know what I'm saying? If an artist was like, hey, Mike V, can you make me a beat? Cool. What kind of beat? Now, yeah, I'm not a big fan of trap. Honestly, personally, I feel like trap will eventually, it will fade. It can't go on forever. But to say, oh, I personally, I don't make trap, but I use certain elements of it in some of my music, just because I might like certain things of it, but not everything. Um, but if you are a well-rounded producer, person roll up and say, "Hey, can you make me something like this?" Yeah, you should pitch. Okay, this is a service. Are you serious? Do you really want to like are you gonna pay for this? But in essence, if you really think about it, if you compose everything, you engineer everything, you know that even if you sample from somebody, you pay them people because they're artists too. They should be compensated just like you want to be compensated. They should be compensated. It's being fair. If all that is covered, you do the split sheet, you publish it, you make sure you put your info with BMI or ASCAP, whoever you're working with, so they can go collect, and then let it go. Just let it go. Cause really, it ain't no guarantee when we make this music. It ain't no guarantee that we gonna make any money off of it. And some days it does feel like you doing this shit for free. But you know what? It's cool. Because I know that each song that I make is for somebody and it's gonna help somebody. And could I do this shit for free? Yeah, I'll do it for free. But when you're good at something, you don't do it for free. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, in a way I agree with, is it Marlo Diggs? I don't want to mispronounce your name. I got dyslexia. I ain't trying to disrespect you like that. But I agree with him. You put time in your work. He's good at what he does. His boom bap jazz beats be on fire. On fire. They be on point. They Frago. They Pyro. You know what I'm saying? Liddy. Johnny Storm, Flame On, all that. For the style he make, yes, he's nice. If you want something from him, I don't disagree with him. Pay the man. You know what I'm saying? But it's certain producers like Zaytoven. Zaytoven said he give beats away for free because he composed the whole track. Him being a musician, he's going to make the money back on the back end anyway. So it's really based off of the artist or the producer's perspective. But if the man say he don't want to give you free beats, you gotta respect that. My beats, it's whatever. I'm gonna get paid anyway. That's how I see it. Get paid on the front, back end, don't matter. I'm getting paid because I make all my shit from scratch. Sound design, all my shit. So it's gonna be original, Liddy, Pyro, Frago, all that. And some. And it don't take me all day. I can do this shit all day. Not no 20 hours. It take me about 5-10 minutes. I'll cook you up something nice. So with that, in conclusion, I agree to disagree. I agree, and then I disagree. But it's all situational. That's how I see it, But shout out to Marlo Diggs. He helped me out tremendously on this NPC with his videos. Even though it was the touch, I still picked up a lot dealing with the NPC Live 2, which I got. So, but if you need any help, I plan on making videos dealing with composition. Especially if because I make that style of music you make as well, but I compose my own progressions and stuff. So like if you feel like you want I should share that with the producer community, let me know in a response, either in a comment or a video. It doesn't matter. So with that, that's my 2 cents. It's Mike V. I'm out. Oh, go check me out on Spotify, Mike Venus. Have a blessed day.